What is up, guys? Bobgar here, and I'm playing some Vintage Cube. I'm going to try this blue-white deck that I made. I'm not convinced it's very good, but it's what I ended up with. It's got some cool stuff. It's definitely not the worst deck I've ever seen, but it's a little threat light, which can be bad. We're relying a lot on them being a creature deck and then stealing their stuff with treachery and mind control, which can be an effective strategy, but it won't be very good against Storm, and Storm will just have to sideboard that out. And Storm, I guess Thalia is going to come in. And then, yeah, just kind of a control deck path. A couple counter spells, some bounce in Riftwing and Reflector Mage. Restoration Angel to kind of bounce these things and give us extra triggers. Stoneforge Mystic, which only gets Sword, which is not the best, but I still think just a 2-mana tutor for Sword is pretty good in a deck with a bunch of good creatures that wear it, like a bunch of Flyers and Reflector Mage and things like, not Reflector Mage, True Name Nemesis and things like that. Got to get into the Trials. I don't know how good he's going to be, but I've never played him and I want to. Prevent all damage from a creature, become a 4/4, and give me an emblem where I can't lose the game until they destroy him. Got a Banishing Light. This can answer almost any threat, so a little bit like Path, except it can hit non-creatures. And then Glenelendra is just a great counter spell on a stick. 2/2 persist, and you can pay 1 to counter a non-creature spell. Pretty sweet. Psalm Simulacrum to give us a little fixing. Another guy to wear swords. This guy also works well with Restoration Angel to tutor for another card. And yeah, I think it'll be fun. Baneslayer is just a beater. Sphinx's Rev just draws us some cards. This one, Sphinx's Rev might not be worth it, but we're going to try it. Torrential Gearhawk, we have a bunch of good instants to flashback, like our 2 counter spells, Path to Exile, even Unexpectedly Absent, a Thirst for Knowledge if we need it. Then, like I said, the 2 control magics. Consecrated Sphinx is probably our best top end guy, and that's about it. Gilded Lotus for extra mana, although don't know if we need it, but it'll probably help us play our threats while also keeping things up. So I'm going to try this. I'm going to save the deck, and I think then we go to League Details and we hit play match and we see what happens. Well, I think this is keepable. I don't think it's good. We have a mana leak on 2. We have a control magic. We got a pretty smooth curve here, but we do need to hit a couple lands. We're on the draw too, so hopefully we'll hit those lands. Probably playing Seachrome Coast first. Hopefully our opponent isn't too fast. Putrid Imp, so he's probably Reanimator. We might just be a turn too slow because we might miss out on this mana leak. Control Magic could get us back in. Sphinx's Rev is really not what we wanted to see there. Well, keep a 2-lander, you can get punished. But we have 2 more draws to find land too, so. Okay, well he doesn't have anything yet. Or maybe he does, but he wants to swing first. He can give his guy flying until end of turn if he wants to. If he doesn't have anything here, we get to hold up Mana Leak for a while, which feels nice. He Pack Rats. Alright, Pack Rat's a little annoying. No more Mana Leak. Don't know how well we can beat a Pack Rat. We get True Name Nemesis. Well, it's good, but not a land, which is what we really want right now. Really got to hit our 3 drops. Unfortunately, now we can go on the Pack Rat plan. He doesn't even really need to cast anything here. This is super awkward. Both True Name Nemesis and Banishing Light are pretty decent next turn if I get the land for them. Probably just True Name. If we die because of the 2-lander, it's going to be a little sad, but what are you going to do? We also need blue to do True Name, which we might not find. Goes to attack. Attacks in. I mean, he's not killing us that fast. Okay, we take it. Yeah, any spell he shows us we counter, but Imperial Seal. Yeah, I'm just gonna counter it. I don't want to deal with him getting whatever he's getting. I could have let it resolve and then counter the thing he had, but it might not be a 2-mana thing. But he also then, it might be the wrong thing because he might just have Regen in hand. He might just be able to discard play. Alright, well, that makes things a little easier. I mean, I guess I could kill Pack Rat here. I think I want to get True Name Nemesis down. Hopefully I hit a land next turn for control magic if he does get a giant creature. Maybe he has a counter spell? He's thinking a lot. He lets it go. I'll get protection from my opponent. I think that makes the most sense. I get protection from myself. Oh boy. That's the other technical option there. Well, we are still, I think, losing to this deck, but not by nearly as much. He's at 4 mana. What does he have for 4 mana? He just making a pack rat? No, he has Gifts Ungiven. Sure. Well, let's see what he gets with Gifts Ungiven. He chooses 2 things. He chooses Burial Rites and Elish Norn. Well, it's going to be okay for me, actually. As long as I get a land, because I can just control magic the Elish Norn. I get... Gilded Lotus is too expensive. Well, I'm really hoping... Let's get in for 3 here. Yep. He takes it. I probably should have... Oh, well, leaving it back to block doesn't do anything because he plays Elish Norn and swings for 6. Then I just really... I have to hope for... If I hit land, I can control magic, and that feels great. If I don't hit land, I have to Banishing Light, and that doesn't feel great. Although, still keeps me in the game, so it's still probably worth it. But those are my options there. Okay, he does Unburial Rites. Get back Elish Norn, sure. Swings for 6. Come on, land off the top of my deck. I think any land in my deck works. Well, that's not true. Colonnade doesn't, huh? Come on, almost any land off the top of my deck. That one works. All right. All right. Well, let's control magic. I guess if he has Spell Pierce, I'm screwed. But if he doesn't have Spell Pierce, I feel pretty good. All right, that's my Elish Norn now. You got it. Let's see what he can do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6 mana. He could have a kill spell for Elish Norn, and then maybe he has another way to bring it back. I get Path. Path's not the worst against him. Let's attack in. Nothing to use this turn because I didn't get land. So I'm just going to sit on this Path. Plus I could Sphinx's Rev for 1, which might even be worth it. I don't think Sphinx's Rev for 1 is worth it, but I guess it does depend what he does here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sure. Pass his turn. Oh, I probably should have Sphinx's Rev for 1. Don't think it really matters, but I'm going to suspend this. Riftwing. Goes to 7. Well, I'm giving him enough time, that's for sure. I do have a lot of good cards in hand that interact pretty well with most of what Reanimator wants to do, but we'll see if I get there or not. He just passes. Yep. Riftwing ticking down. I get a land, right? No, Treachery. Well, that makes me even more want to Sphinx's Rev for 1 at the end of his turn. He goes to 3, so he needs something this turn. I swear, I'm running 17 lands, so it feels like a little weird. I guess I'm only running 16 plus... Alright, we got there. Control magic was enough. Let's see, I don't know if he has anything that deals with control magic, but that definitely felt pretty good. And we had a bunch more answers in hand if he generated other things. So I don't think our deck feels terrible against him. Maybe he has some hexproof things he can regenerate. Maybe that'll be good. What did I see, though? Are any of these good? Guardian of Thraven slows him down a little bit, but it slows me down by so much that I don't think it's worth it. Mary Angel brings in chump blockers. It does answer. I could exile things in graveyard with it. Maybe he's just bringing in a lot of kill spells. I think I'm just going to run it back. I didn't see enough worth changing. My sideboard is not that strong, especially against this kind of deck. Yeah, I say Godfarrow's Gift. If it was Godfarrow's Gift with either graveyard, I could see running this as a top end threat, but it's only my graveyard. And my creatures aren't as good as his, so don't think that's as much of a concern. I guess I could go up another land. I'm at 17 plus Signet plus Lotus, though, plus Solemn. Feels like I should have, like, I also have a lot of 2 and 3 drops. I just drew, what did I draw? I drew this and this. I don't remember if I drew this or not. And then this. And this and this. I just drew almost all of this and almost none of this. I didn't have Glenalendra, Restoration Angel, Control Magic, Solemn. I don't think I hit Control Magic. I just only hit 2. I just hit all of these, though. All right. Well, we got there game 1 in this first match. Felt pretty good. That was pretty fun. It was a little non-functional. My opponent was like, I used all my resources to regenerate this one thing, and then I was like, Control Magic. Yeah, Control Magic. But I did have another answer in hand. Like, if I hadn't hit the land, I would have just Banishing Lighted, and it would have sucked, but it would have been fine. It would have slowed him way down. We still would have had a chance to stabilize. I don't know if we would have given our hand, but it wouldn't have been the worst. That one turn, I probably should have Sphinx's Rev just to try to hit land, because land would have been really good. But we beat a Shenanigans deck. I do think Reanimate is one of the more beatable Shenanigans deck. Like, Through the Beach, Emrakul is much harder to beat. Tinker, Blightsteel Colossus is much harder to beat. Reanimate is definitely a beatable hand. I think this is keepable. It's a little awkward because I want to hold up Unexpectedly Absent as soon as possible, but I also want to get out Riftwing as soon as possible. And I probably suspend Riftwing turn 1. Faithless Looting, sure. I mean, the other option is I could just, depending on what he discards here especially, maybe the right thing to do is hold up Unexpectedly Absent. Like, if he is really fast, we could be in trouble. He puts in Hero's Downfall and Hymn to Torak. So he did not discard a creature. Alright, that makes my... We've got a Treachery coming up. The things are going great. Suspend our Riftwing, pass turn. Does take us off plays for the next few turns. We really need one more blue mana to play either of these two, and then we'll get our 2 white mana down to play Unexpectedly Absent. Hopefully we get something we can play next turn. I don't think it's likely, but you never know. Imperial Seal. Alright, well, I can't stop that one here. Maybe, I wonder if he gets, well, we'll see what he gets. Hopefully nothing he can do immediately. I mean, he can't Entomb here because he doesn't have... He played 2nd mana for turn as Spire Bluff Canal, which it could be a mistake if he had a black mana, because it could be that the right move is to, like, Entomb the correct thing, and then next turn he can go off. But maybe he has enough mana to next turn Entomb into Reanimate in the same turn. No, we'll have to wait till our turn drop and then Unexpectedly Absent. Riftwing ticking down. It's got a little while still. Another big, good top-end card. Land. Let's pass. I also don't know how scared he is of Mana Leak. I don't know if he plays into this or if he just doesn't. He has 3 mana. Plays Chrome Mox. I wonder if he entombs with Mana Leak protection. Or maybe he just Gift on Givens here. He exiles Grave Titan. Interesting. Doesn't do anything here. Riftwing ticking down. Goes to 1, so it goes off next turn. Well, we have enough for Treachery next turn, assuming he doesn't do anything to mess up our mana. So Unexpectedly Absent might not even be the best. I mean, I could Unexpectedly Absent the Chrome Mox. I'd rather just pass and see what he does, I think. Hopefully he doesn't play something that just can't be targeted. That would suck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Vampire Nighthawk, that seems fine. Is that worth unexpectedly absenting? I feel like he has more powerful plays coming. I think I'm just going to let my Riftwing come down, save my removal for where it matters. If I really wanted to, I could Treachery that, but I feel like he has such powerful cards in his deck that I should just wait to Treachery the correct thing. Let's cast. Bounce Chrome Mox to hand. I get another land, so next turn I can Consecrated Sphinx if I want to. Oh, I should have definitely played blue, although it doesn't actually matter because if I get the chance, I'm going to unexpectedly absent. I'll totally take the hit here. I don't really care about that. Alright, goes to combat. Attacks in. I think I'll take. That's fine. I guess if I unexpectedly absent, he wouldn't be able to replay because he doesn't have the right colors, but he doesn't want to exile to Chrome. That's interesting. Pass his turn. Well, I do have Thirst now instead of... I could do Thirst and unexpectedly absent if I really need to. That might be better than slamming. I really want to slam Consecrated Sphinx. It's a little risky with this much mana open, and it also lets him know that he's free to do stuff next turn. Well, let's attack in and see what he does. I have answers to a lot of his stuff, and I think Consecrated Sphinx is hard to beat, so maybe I'm just playing it too slow. Yeah, I'm going to slam it. If he has Counterspell, that's fine. He lets it go. I get to draw a bunch of cards. Unless he has a kill spell for it. He give Ungiven, sure. What does he get this time? Burial Rites, Inkwell Leviathan. Well, Inkwell's pretty good. I get to get 2 cards, yeah. Yeah. Alright, well, it's pretty good. He got the right one. It's going to be a little hard for me to beat. I do have a bunch of ways to deal with things that I can target. That I can't target. That I'm just going to have to race. It is, how big is it? 7... What is Island Walk too? So it's a 7/11 with Island Walk. It does make me feel like I should just put Nighthawk on top of his deck next turn. Take the hit from it this turn, I think is fine. This one can't actually even block. He doesn't technically have the mana to play this, so... You could also Control Magic. Maybe I will just Control Magic that. Or maybe I'll Treachery it instead of Control Magic. Not that that really matters. It means I could leave more up. Right, land. Yeah, you got it. So if I Control Magic it, so if I Treachery it, I have all my mana up. If I Control Magic it, I don't. I only have 3, but 3 is still enough for Thirst. So yeah, I think I just Control Magic this. Island Walk, Trample, Shroud, but no flying. So get in. Don't know if we're going to be able to kill him in time. Anything else he does, I think we can answer probably. Draw 2 more cards. Well, we're going to draw through our deck pretty quick. Sphinx's Rev would be really good, actually. Glenalendra and True Name Nemesis. Both of those are pretty good, too. Well, I should have tapped in a way that I still had unexpectedly absent up, probably. He plays 5 mana for Glorybringer. Yeah, unexpectedly absent would have saved me there, but this will not be as good. Nobody does 4 damage. I wonder if he does 4 damage. He probably exerts, right? Yeah. He's going to do 4 damage to something. You got it. Probably, I would do Nighthawk. Well, I think he wins because I played that poorly. I had left Unexpectedly Absent up there, I would have been fine, and there was no reason not to. I should have just tapped green mana. Well, let's Thirst. Not what I needed. I think we should still do an artifact. I just don't think there's any way I'm playing Simulacrum here. Pass turn. Well, I drew Sphinx's Rev. That's pretty good. This doesn't untap. I think I attack. Do I do anything else here? I need to do 8 damage to him next turn. This doesn't untap. I mean, I could Treachery this, I guess. Because I can Treachery it and still get all my mana back. That's probably worth. Let's Treachery this. Right. You can do 7 here. If he has a burn spell, I'm dead. The only question is, do I Sphinx's Rev now and discard a million? Or do I mean, he does run blue. I think there's too much of a risk of a counter spell. I'm just going to do this main phase, even though it means discarding a lot. Go back up to 10. Draw a bunch. Pass turn. Getting at the Trials is pretty good here. Means I have to discard a lot of cards here, but discard. Sword of Fire and Ice might be good enough. From red and from blue, yeah. I think I discard Angel. I don't think True Name Nemesis is doing much here. Could discard land. Actually, I don't think that matters much. Reflector Mage could hit whatever he plays. Let's toss Mana Leak too. I don't know. Draw 2 more cards. I'm getting close to decking myself. Yeah, let's use it. I'm a sucker for cards. Well, she's not good anymore. Neither is the land. I guess I could let the land go. I'm totally tapped out, so he can do his worst. I have 10 damage worth of flyers, and he has 8 life, so he needs to have a pretty big haymaker here. But all he need, actually that's not true. All he needs is a burn spell. If he has any of his burn spells, like a lightning bolt or something, he wins. I'm assuming that's what this is. Damnation. Sure, that's fine. All right. And I got a lot of big haymakers still. Land for turn. Have a bunch of good targets for this. That'd be 6. I kind of want to put down Gideon here. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's put down Gideon. Let's do that just so that we don't get got by certain things. And then pass planning on. I don't think I need Stoneforge anymore. I guess I could have Glenalendra to keep him from doing non-creature things. Goes to end step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll Torrential Gearhawk. Alright, he gives up. Sweet. It's like I was going to Torrential Gearhawk, and I was probably going to Sword Equip, swing for 9. Well, we won our first match. I am super happy about that. The second one was pretty good. I liked it. I probably misplayed. I mean, I think the big thing I misplayed was not leaving Unexpectedly Absent up there, because I could have Unexpectedly Absented his, whatever it was called, Glorybringer before I swung in, and that would have probably just won me the game on the spot. Had to go about it the hard way instead, but the hard way still got there. He had to Damnation to keep from dying, and his Damnation wasn't enough. We had a full 7 cards, and he wasn't beating a Torrential Gearhawk plus Sword of Fire and Ice plus Glenalendra Archmage plus Reflector Mage plus Unexpectedly Absent plus everything. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.
Hey guys, BobGar here. I just really wanted to quickly say, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you enjoy my content in general and would like to see more of it, subscribe. I'll be coming out with more content in the future. And please leave me comments and let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, both in terms of production and in terms of my play and my deck building and all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you guys next time.